I'm Heyzeus, and in this video, we're going to look at the secret society of CSGO scammers. Now, one of the things I like about CSGO is that it brings people together from all around the world, from all sorts of backgrounds and cultures, together on something that we share in common. And I know that's a little bit flowery, it's a little bit sunshine and rainbows, and that's not what you're used to on my channel, but don't worry, I am about to pivot to something a bit darker, because in the same way that it's bringing people together, it's also bringing scammers together. Scammers who share some common tips and sort of act as a bit of a secret clique. And in this video, we're going to have a look at some of these shady, nefarious characters. Now, before I start, please leave a like, comment, that sort of stuff, only because I want this video to be spread as widely as possible so people can see what's going on here and hopefully avoid getting fleeced by one of these cunts in the future. That's sort of one of my goals in making this video. Now, we're going to start with this steaming pile of feces by the name of Heyzeus. Now, Heyzeus is apparently from Finland. I've got to press X'd out on that, but he's a very official looking guy. I mean, he's got this nice bit of custom artwork. What sort of scammer would spend all this money on custom artwork? This must be legit, right? He's got a very legit sounding, little blurb here in his profile. So buying and selling CSGO Dota 2 skins via PayPal. Well, we all know PayPal is a very safe platform to use to buy skins where there's no chance of getting scammed. And he's also the owner and founder of the Heyzeus Trade Center. Well, that sounds very legit. He sounds very serious. A bit of a narcissist sticking his name in the title of the trade center, but I mean, he must be a serious bloke if he's running his trade center. He must be in deep. He must be in all 8 inches. Now, he only wants you to add him if it's an emergency. Otherwise, he just wants you to send him trade offers, which it's a bit odd, right? Don't most traders like to haggle over prices and discuss stuff before they trade? That's a bit strange. I guess he's just that hardcore. He just wants the trade offers and fuck any of this human interaction. But he seems to have lots of happy customers, lots of positive comments. So it's more positive than the comment section on a Russian porn site. Look at all these people. Trusted buyer, trusted middleman, good trusted trader, thank you for the middleman. And look, the comments are landing every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes he's getting comments. Look at this. Every 10 minutes he's getting a positive comment. Well, this guy must be like a man of steel when it comes to trading. Look how active he is. Every 10 minutes, he's got another person so happy with his services, they're leaving a comment. So let's scroll back up. Let's check out his trade center. So, you might notice it was founded on the 2nd of April. That is a little bit odd. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit odd. There's also fuck all discussion going on here. Just a couple of, active topics he's left there with basically no replies. But again, lots of positive comments. Every 10 minutes, another positive comment. Plus Rep, one of the best traders I've ever met. Thanks, bro. He helped me in this trading board. Very commendable. Good job. Fair and reasonable prices. Wow, there's just, a conga line of people lining up to suck Heyzeus' dick. Now, interestingly enough, if we look at some of these profiles that are leaving comments every 10 minutes, they're all identical. They're all fucking identical. They're all exactly the same profile with just a different avatar and name. They're also seemingly from very, very random countries, not countries you run into too often in the Counter-Strike world. Not quite sure what's going on there. It's like they're all a bunch of bots. But the shitty cherry on top is his inventory. Now, you might get the impression he's got a big inventory full of high-end stuff. I mean, he's showing off 6 knives down here. He's got over 1,000 items owned. The problem is, when we go through, in fact, he's only got 2 knives. He's got 2 knives that he's repeated over and over. We'll get back to those in a second. Otherwise, there's fucking nothing in his CSGO inventory. Most of the items are these worthless shit tier Steam items. And if we go back, you'll notice the trade holds on these knives haven't expired yet. So these are the recent pickups from his scamming operations. These are his recent heists. So this is a very good template for the sort of stuff that we're going to see on other accounts in this video. So we've got this, fake attempt to make it look like he's got skins when in fact he doesn't really. He's got this, custom artwork that looks very fancy and makes you take him seriously. He's got this trade center no one uses. He's got all these positive comments from bot accounts, and he's encouraging you to think that he'll buy your skins via PayPal, and PayPal is notorious for scams when it comes to buying skins. And, he just wants you to send him skins. Don't talk to him, don't interact with him, just send him skins. So he can accept the offer, then block you, and run off with your shit. And this is the template for what we're going to see as we look at other accounts in this video. They're all going to have some really striking similarities. I mean, here for example, we've got a profile called Nick Sonar, and like immediately, we've got almost exactly the same blurb. Buying and selling CSGO Dota 2 skins via PayPal, only add me if it's an emergency, otherwise send a trade offer. And again, there's very nice custom artwork here. Now, the comments are pretty much what you'd expect. Trusted. Weird that they're all saying exactly the same thing. That's a bit odd. And if we scroll up, go to the inventory, this guy doesn't have any items at the moment. We've got a couple of shit tier items that aren't worth anything. Now, I think that's because his profile isn't set up properly. Like, there's no trade link, provided as a hyperlink there. So either this has been trade banned or it's being held in reserve for when he needs it. But the next profile is definitely not being held in reserve at the moment. Now, this guy's name is Caesar. He's apparently from Georgia. It's probably not true, but he says he's from there. Official profile of Caesar. Beware of impersonators. Well, I don't know if they're the ones we need to watch out for, bud. He's got his trade offer linked there. Again, another trade offer linked in the description. Now, he's got this fabulous bit of artwork in the center of the screen. I gotta say that Caesar looks more Eastern European than Italian, but whatever, that's nitpicking. If we scroll down, there's all these, fancy little widgets here. It's fairly impressive. And the comments are about what you'd expect. Trusted. Thanks for the smooth trade. I sold many keys via Skrill. I went first, got paid. Good job. Great buyer and seller. Now, these are mostly from the same sort of bot accounts that we saw on Heyzeus' profile, although there are a couple that are from actual other scammers. But that's a topic we'll get onto in a bit. I just want to focus on Caesar a little bit more first. So, I want to scroll up to Caesar's guides. Now, this is another recurring section on some of these profiles that we're going to see. Now, if you were to click through these, you would find essentially, one or two lines. There's fuck all there, let's try the prices. Again, like, fuck all there. They're not actually that developed. It's more about having that little animated widget on the profile rather than any detail. But the one that really got my interest is this one, the reputation one, because our boy Caesar, he runs a YouTube channel. Do you want to see his YouTube channel? So, 22,000 subscribers, no content. No content whatsoever. The about page has this weird blurb. So, I don't know, this must be some, dead account he bought or something like that. I don't fucking know, but it gets even weirder, because Caesar is also the administrator of CSGO Buy Sell Trade. Well, that's a very, very original name for your trading site. And this is on Facebook. It's on Facebook, so we're going to continue on to the external site. Now, this group, fucking hell. So the group was created on July 1st, 2007. Sorry, I meant to say 2017, 2007. So 5 years before Counter-Strike Global Offensive was released. The name was last changed on January 16, 2020. I wonder what happened there. It has over 140,000 members and basically no activity. Now, I don't know about you, but my spidey senses are definitely tingling. And to wrap this up, we should have a look at his inventory. So, first of all, you'll notice he's repeating the knives in the showcase to make it look like he has more items than he actually does. But 1,700 items. Well, that's a big number. I wonder what type of items they are. Well, if we click through, you'll be able to see 600 of them are these shitty Steam items. He's also got a bunch of Dota 2 stuff that's not tradable or marketable. So, and they're technically items, but they're not items in a trading sense. And if we go to his inventory for CSGO, it does look like he does a little bit of playing. Like, there's some shattered web drops here, but for the most part, it's just bulked out with these cases that he's bought. However, if we filter it down, we will find 2 knives, and as you'll see, both of them still have trade holds. So again, we're seeing more knives that is recently scammed off people. Now, Agizi, Nikosa, Caesar, these have all been pretty easy profiles to pick apart. They aren't well camouflaged scammers, but that's not the case with all of these accounts. There are some scammers with much more legit looking accounts, but some of these common trends we've been looking at are really going to give away what these guys are actually up to. And you shouldn't be fooled, because there are some very, very obvious cues. And one of these guys is an account called Destiny. Now, Destiny looks a lot more legit at face value, and not just because of this big Steam level, but because he's sunk a lot of hours into his games, like 2,000 hours in Counter-Strike, 1,600 hours in TF2, 600 hours in Rocket League. He plays games on this account. He probably does, by the way. I don't think these numbers are fake, but if we go back up, you'll be able to see that this guy is just as dirty as the other people we've looked at. So first of all, he's got this, same blurb here. Only add me if it's an emergency. What constitutes an emergency, by the way? What emergency? Like, what the fuck does he mean by that? But either way, straight up copy and pasted from these other scammers' profiles, and not something a legit trader would ever say. And again, he's got this custom artwork in the middle. Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, or in his case, copying from other scammers. He's got this thing here, very similar to what we've seen on other profiles as well, and similar to these other guys, he's got this one knife that he's repeated in all these slots to make it look like he's got more nice stuff than he actually does. It says 5,000 items. If we go to his inventory, it's 5,000 crappy Steam items that aren't worth anything. He's only got one knife. So just like all these other people we've seen already, he's pumping himself up as having more items than he actually has. And in his case, these are probably play skins for when he plays the game. I don't think he's had much luck scamming people recently. And if we go back to Destiny's profile, we're gonna see an important final piece of the puzzle. So down here, you'll notice, like with all these other accounts, he's getting some positive comments. So Broken says, trusted for sure, thank you for the trade. Blue Gem, trusted, they really like that word trusted. And Acryla says, sold over 371 TF2 keys, reliable buyer, over 371. Well, that's oddly specific. Now, Acrylis has a little bit more to say. Really nice guy to talk with, just sold my entire inventory. He was a bit annoyed and angry because of my skepticism. It was hard to trust a random guy on Steam, and I tried to convince him to go first, but finally decided to trust him due to his reputation, and all went smoothly. Received the money right away. Well, Acrylis, that is more staged than a YouTube fucking prank video. I don't believe you for a second, mate. Try harder. But Acrylis and Broken are important parts of the puzzle because they're scammers, just like Destiny. They've got exactly the same sort of profile, and this is a typical scammer thing. They leave these fake positive comments to try and encourage other people to trust them. So if we go to Broken, again, you'll notice an animated bit of artwork in the center of the account. Broken has a trading group, nice spelling bud, a trading group, just like a lot of these people have. 1,334 members, just short of 1,337. But despite being founded in September 2019, with all these members, there is a grand total of 7 comments on this account. You've got to get that bot working, bud, and fuck all discussion. So I don't think this is a particularly serious trading group. By the way, the moderators, both scammers in their own right. They've got the same sort of profile. I don't have time to show them, but I've checked them. They are just as bad as Broken and Destiny and the rest of them. Now, Broken, again, has this bit of artwork here. They really like that. He's got the same 3 knives. He's repeated over and over to make it look like he's got more rare stuff than he actually does. Again, it's all pretty much Steam items. If we go back, he got these knives recently. Scammed them recently. That's the correct thing to say. Now, Broken's got another interesting little trick. So he gets people, when he scams something, he gets people he knows to come in and leave fake comments claiming they sold the knife to him. Minimal's one here is the best. Very good guy. Sold him my flip knife, ultraviolet. I went first, everything went smooth. Thank you for the deal. Now notice how Minimal has copied over the name of the flip knife. He hasn't typed it out, he's copied it over. It's got that thing in the middle. bit of a giveaway, this guy probably isn't to be fucking trusted. Now, the other thing is, I looked up these knives and these accounts on CSGO Exchange. There's no evidence these two cunts here ever owned these knives. Oh, and by the way, post-production Heyzeus here, Broken offers to overpay quite a lot for your items. So he's offering 95% of market price on PayPal. No legitimate trader will ever offer you such a high price via PayPal. Like if someone offered you 80%, that would already be a nut steal. 95%, the only people offering that much are scammers. So this is another sign that he's just a scammer. And in any case, Broken is adding to this obvious fucking facade with these ridiculous comments. Thank you guys for good feedbacks. And you know, again, there's all these positive comments about trades that simply have never happened, and lots of people talking about how they went first and it all went fine, which is, you know, just part of the social engineering these guys try and use to get people to trust them, to go first so they can scam them. Now, finally, we're going to go back to Acrylis. Now, Acrylis is a guy who left this obviously bullshit comment on Destiny's profile, and he's a good guy for us to finish on, because we wouldn't be able to tell he's a scammer if it wasn't for the accounts we've already seen in this video. At face value, this account seems completely fine. So again, like all these accounts, there's an animated artwork in the center of the profile. Now, Acrylis is different in the sense that he's actually got an inventory. Those are the top skins. Now, he does have about 300 Steam items, but for the most part, he's not faking it. He does actually have a decent inventory of play skins. He seems to play the game a bit. I assume he uses them as play skins, but he's got all these other commonalities with these scammers. So obviously we've seen him leaving fake positive comments on their accounts, and he's got this thing just like all the other accounts. He's got this thing just like Caesar did. Now, this guy links an actual Facebook profile, and his Discord handle has the same name as his name on Facebook. I'm not going to show either of those because it's private information. I don't know if that's him. It's impossible to verify. I doubt it's him, but you never know. It's a really stupid move on his part because he's a scammer if he's doing that. But he also has his very own Facebook trading group, CSGO Buy Sell Trade. Now, you might think this is the one we looked at earlier, but no, it's different. It's a different CSGO Buy Sell Trade. Again, two guys with very original names for their Steam groups. But no, this is different to Caesar's group. This one though was still created before CSGO was released, about a year before CSGO was released. Very odd time for one of these groups to be created, I gotta say. Oh, and by the way, post-production, Heyzeus here again, Ageezy, the scammer we looked at right at the start, well, he claims to be a middleman in Acrylis' Facebook group. So there you go. They're all interlinked. Anyway, if we go back to Acrylis' profile and just look at his comments, you're going to see the same recurring themes pop up again. So, I mean, look, here is a comment from Destiny. You remember Destiny, don't you? We were just looking at him. Plus rep, trusted for sure. Sold out to him my glove, everything went smooth. Thanks for profitable offer, I appreciated this. Trusted, plus rep, sold my fashion doppel to this guy, most trustable person I've ever known. By the way, I went first. So, again, you can see the themes. They use that word trusted. They like that word trusted. And there's people giving fake stories about how they went first and there were no problems. The same fake story you've been seeing on profiles again and again and again. What do you think about all this, Chairman G? 女士们,先生们,大家好. Oof, not impressed. But anyway, the reason I bring all this up is that you can see people are working together. They're leaving bogus comments on each other's profiles. They're sharing techniques on how to make their profiles seem more legit, which, by the way, is all being done by the same artist. I know who it is. And when I call it a secret society, I'm probably overselling things, but there's clearly a coordinated effort by these pricks to make their profiles seem more legitimate so they can trick people. But if you know their tricks, which we've looked at in this video, it's easy to see through. And I'm hoping by putting this stuff out there, I can help people avoid getting scammed. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your guts. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.